Welcome back to Ricksaw, where we like to turn ideas into sawdust and solutions. Today, I'm replacing my boom arm dust hose with the Cen-Tec 16-foot dust hose. I previously had a rigid shop vac, basically a amalgamation of a bunch of different parts on my boom arm, and it was causing me some reduced suction. And so I wanted to improve that using a single hose with multiple different attachment points that I could use across all of my tools. And in improving my dust collection setup on my boom arm, I also reduced the use of cords by switching a couple of my tools to 20 volt instead of corded. And I'll show you that today. All right, so let me show you what I was using previously for my boom arm. I had a rigid detail shop vac hose connected to a rigid extension hose. This was like an accordion style hose that allowed me to reach longer distances. But one of the biggest disadvantages to this setup was the reduction down to those additional fittings that I had to use in order to make this all work together. So this detail hose comes with this smaller end. It wouldn't work in any of my tools, and I needed the extra length. I then had to connect it to this coupling and use this end of the expandable hose. I could then connect mostly just my DeWalt tools to this and then connect them to the DeWalt specific adapter here, okay? Now, this worked for a while, but I needed to switch things out because I'm increasing my amount of tools that I'm getting. I'm going in a couple different directions with some of my tools, and I was getting sick and tired of using this long setup, okay? I also had a extension cord on the boom arm that I wanted to get rid of, and I switched one of my tools to cordless, okay? I was originally using the DeWalt corded palm router for a lot of my plunge-based routing, and this cord was it was cumbersome and always getting in the way, and I wanted a more simplified solution. Also, the dust collection wasn't fantastic on this router. All right, so I recently upgraded to the DCW 620. That allowed me to remove the cord from my boom arm. This is a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch shank router, 2 1/4 horsepower, really powerful tool, so more powerful than that palm router that I was using. Now, with this, I wanted a little bit more dust flexibility. If you think of how this would hang off, there was about, additional, like 8 inches of length hanging off of this dust arm, and I just didn't want that bearing down on this hinge here. Then, I was also losing suction, right? So I didn't want that as well. So enter in the new Cen-Tec dust hose. Okay. This Cen-Tec dust hose has a proprietary coupling end, right? But it comes with a bunch of different fittings. These are all of the fittings that come in the package. And if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description below. But this dust end will work with all of these fittings. And I've also noticed a nifty trick that this works with some of the rigid attachments. So just the factory end that comes on it, clip it in, do my dust extraction, unclip it. Now, if I want to use another tool, I've got different levels of attachments for those, okay? So go ahead, click it in. Nice blue locking mechanism. It has variable speed or variable suction rather, okay? So if I want to use it in my DeWalt track saw, can do that. I can use it in my DeWalt router, fits in there really nicely. If I wanted to go over top, there's an end for that instead of inside. And I believe one of these fittings work with the festool. I just don't have any to test it out. Okay, so on the outside, can go around if I need to. So lots of different flexibility. Now, DeWalt does have their proprietary fitting. This is a DeWalt Quick Connect. It has a locking feature, a couple ball bearings that lock and hang onto the tool. When I unscrew the Cen-Tec factory end, the DeWalt screws right on. And I'm reducing from 8 inches of that solid piece down to a much smaller platform, and I can connect it onto my tools, okay? Works with all of them. Very flexible. Got a great hose here. Easy to wrap it around my arm when I'm using my track saw. All right, so I've already been able to tell an improvement in the dust flow and the amount of suction that I'm getting because it's noticeable right out of the gate. This is a single piece going straight to the dust separator, so that's really nice. Plus, I have all these attachments, and when I'm specifically using DeWalt tools, I can connect to this. If not, I'll connect to my fittings that work with the other tools as well. And Cen-Tec has quite a few other fittings on their website too. So lots of different flexibility there, okay? So that's just a really quick episode today. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you're interested, check out the link below and give us a like and a follow. Feel free to share this video as well. If you learned something new or you like the dust hose or if you have one yourself, give us a share. All right, have a good one, take care, and I'll see you next time on Ricksaw.